Hey guys, it's me, Jess. I am on StreamYard today, and so I'm figuring everything out on StreamYard. Also, I don't have the best lighting today, but hopefully you'll be able to, see me. But hopefully you came here for the information. So we're gonna talk about my overall thoughts to the job search process as a recruiter and how I would recommend someone who's like, I need a job ASAP, but I want it to be, obviously a professional job. I want it to be in this particular industry. What advice I would give that person. The other thing we're going to talk about is identifying the right terminology, the right keywords, the right skills to actually have in a resume. And then hopefully, if this actually goes how I would like it to go, we will look at some resumes via Indeed, and then I will give direct feedback on those resumes as I'm looking at them. So if you have any particular job that you're looking to move into, please do either leave a comment if you're watching this replay, or you can just drop it into the chat. So this is hopefully going to be an interactive live, depending on who joins me today. And I am definitely hoping that it is useful. So for someone that is either, on the job search, you think you're going to be on the job search soon, whether you have a job currently or you're, you're like, hey, no job right now. I need a job, as soon as possible. I'm hoping that this can help you, because what I see with oftentimes job candidates where the process is going wrong a lot of times is that there's really no strategy put in place. They're just kind of throwing resumes out. Resume looks a mess. Resume isn't updated. Their LinkedIn isn't updated, and they're just applying to anything that they hope to get, any job that they think that they could even have a slim chance of getting. And my thoughts around the job search, especially if you need a job ASAP, is you really want to hone in on developing a plan and hone in on specific skills that you actually have and use that to your advantage. Market that the best way that you can. And obviously, the best way that you can market is going to be either directly with people, talking with them, networking with them, or of course, going through a job search process where you're applying to jobs using your resume, your application, your LinkedIn, all the things that you have where you can say, hey, I'm an awesome person. This is what I can do. Hire me. But on paper, right? So I will jump into the first thing. So this is for someone, again, that is like, hey, I need a job ASAP. Oh, and I forgot to do this because I am at StreamYard today. I forgot to share that I'm actually live. I gotta get better at doing this. So I'm just gonna say, hey, I am live. It is Sunday, so I'll say happy Sunday. Okay, so done that. Back to StreamYard. Okay, so developing a plan. So what should the plan be? So I want to take people away from, I'm going to Indeed, I'm going to LinkedIn, I'm going to Monster, I'm going to ZipRecruiter, wherever it is that you go, maybe a specialized site. If you're in IT, maybe you're going to dice.com. So before you even get there, right, I want you to take a step back and think about the actual job titles that you're wanting. If you don't know the job titles, think about what you would actually be doing in your ideal job. So that's what I want you to think about. From there, once you have this idea of, hey, this is the ideal job. Now, I do want you to be realistic. Like for myself, I've been a recruiter for a while. I'm not going to say, hey, I want to be a pilot, knowing that's completely different. And if I'm needing a job ASAP, it's going to take a while to get there, right? I'm going to need to do some certification, some actual training to get me there. So definitely being realistic, you're going to think about what that ideal job is. Next, let's say you have a title in mind. Let's say I'm saying I want to be an accountant. So as an accountant, there's certain skills that are going to be needed. So if you're square one, you have no idea what those skills are, you're going to want to actually search online and look for job postings out there that will describe for you what does an accountant do? What are big companies that you would like to work for? What are they actually looking for? So I'm going to pause there and share my screen for a second. And I guess I'll go to LinkedIn. Let's see. Yes. So I'm just going to LinkedIn to find some jobs. Just showing the process of what I would do. So I'm out here, right? So it's loading for me. Hopefully you can see it. But I'm out here. I see staff accountant jobs. So let's say I wanted to actually work in a healthcare firm, healthcare organization. I would narrow my search to healthcare and see what comes up and see what those places are looking for. And I'm going to say I want to be a staff accountant. That just means I'm managing corporate functions, corporate accounting. So staff accountants, what are they doing? There's a job summary here. What type of work are they doing? What type of skills do they need? They're going to tell you the education that's required, the skills that are required. So I'm seeing here I need a degree in accounting. Let's say I have a degree in accounting, so that's one check. I definitely want to have that at the top of my resume, right? Or at the top of my LinkedIn profile. I may want to say something, holds an accounting degree and blah, blah, blah. Required skills, 1 to 2 years of experience, so you don't need much experience. Healthcare experience is a plus. Well, if I've had any healthcare experience, even if I volunteered at a healthcare facility, I'm probably going to want to note that on my resume because I have some familiarity with the healthcare space. This doesn't always have to be paid work experience that you add into your resume. The next thing, advanced or expert knowledge of Microsoft Excel. So this is a hard skill that I'm going to want to include on my resume. Also says strong computer skills. So if I know of any accounting systems, they should say this, but if I know of any accounting system I'm familiar with, I would want to add that to my resume as well. Now they do have some soft skills in here. They're talking about can-do attitude, multitasking. I don't really think anyone can multitask, but that's for another conversation. And excellent written and verbal communication. So in my resume, I should be placing in there how I have communicated with various stakeholders throughout the organization, how I'm communicating to different people, whatever language you want to put in there really, but you should highlight that in a natural way in your resume. And detail oriented, strong analytical. Okay, so analytic skills, you can title along with Excel. So you could actually have a bullet point where you're saying you provided some analysis using Microsoft Excel that showed X, Y, and Z, right? Or improved whatever in the within your finance department. So I'm just kind of making this up on the fly. But you would basically want to highlight those skills in a few bullet points on your resume, and that would showcase. So this is what you're doing. You're going to these jobs. You're looking at what companies are actually asking for. You're going to the qualifications to see what it is they need. A lot of them are saying Microsoft Excel. So then what would you do on your resume? You definitely want to make sure that Microsoft Excel is listed on your resume, right? Okay. So that's probably the main thing that I see missing. I have talked to a number of people where they have the skill set. Hey, Sabana, thank you for joining. So they have the skill set, but they haven't actually advertised it on their resume, which doesn't make sense. But a lot of times you just look over what a company is looking for. You don't even know that the skill that you have is beneficial for a company. And so this is why I say do some of that research before you even start throwing out your resume out to places. You want to actually see what they are needing. So that is like the number one tip that I have for you watching the replay today, is to make sure you have the right skills listed out so that you can approach developing your resume in the right way with the right words, the right keywords that folks are looking for. Now, something that you may run into is, different terminology. So one place may have a certain title, another place will have a different title. Some places will say I don't know, for developers, I always say this, developer, programmer, public relations, communications, PR, like different ways you can say the same thing. So if you are in that situation, you just want to make sure you have that wording in multiple ways in your resume. So if I'm in the public relations world, which I know we're not looking at that right now, but I would say PR professional maybe in my objective statement, and then I would write out public relations somewhere else so that if I am the recruiter and I'm searching, let's say I'm normally just searching PR, well, you're still going to come up in my search. Your resume, I'm still going to be able to find you. If I'm normally just searching public relations, I'm spelling it out and I never search PR, well, you're still going to come up in my search because you have it listed both ways on your resume. All right, so I'm off of the count. Again, if you have any that you would like me to do, or if you would like me to showcase or go through, let me know. But basically, my point is, thank you, Savannah. I'm going to put you up on the screen. I'm going to put your hearts up there. Thank you. So basically, the point is that you want to have the skills ready. You want to be able to add those to your resume. You want to do that before you just start going to job sites, adding your resume, and sharing your resume with people before you even know what you actually need. The next thing I want to point out is this, if I can find it. So we've gone over developing a plan, narrowing your job search. This is another thing I see people do. Well, I work as a recruiter, but I also want to work as a learning and development specialist. And I also want to do benefits. I had a week where I helped out the benefits team. Oh, and then I also, I've done a little bit of tech stuff. I work with the tech team. I built out wireframes for websites. I kind of want to work as a IT. Actually, I think I could be a developer too. And I have a little bit of marketing experience. I can apply for some marketing specialist jobs. So basically what I'm getting to with this, applying to things that aren't even related to each other. And this happened to me. I made a video about it. I don't know if I made that for members only. I might have, but I shared about this person that reached out to me on LinkedIn and they had applied to 39 jobs. Not all the same jobs. It wasn't like they were a writer and they're applying to 39 writer slash maybe editor positions, something that's really related. No. Marketing, social media, editor, graphic design, editorial director, all kinds of levels, all kinds of titles, they were applying to it. So the reason I say develop a plan, narrow your search is because you don't just want to be spending time applying, because it does take time to apply to, look, I've seen some of these applications, especially if you're applying to any government organization. Oh my gosh. You do not want to apply that many times. Now, I will say a lot of times we make it easy for job candidates because once you applied once, you can kind of select more jobs and that's your application, but you don't want to do that. You really want to narrow the jobs that you want. So let's say I have, two different experiences. I've been a recruiter and I've also been a learning and development partner, which is true. I've also been an HR generalist. So I could do these 3 different jobs if I really wanted to. What you would want to do in that case is you would want 3 separate resumes and you want to cater to each job. So you have one where you're saving it as Jessica Hicks recruiting resume, Jessica Hicks HR resume, Jessica Hicks learning and development resume. So they're going to be separate and they're all going to hone in on the skill sets needed for those jobs. So again, going back to Indeed or LinkedIn or wherever you want to go, I would, in my scenario, I would look for these jobs and see what do companies want. And I have to say this for my older folks too, more and more experienced folks. Companies may have wanted different things for your job years ago, right? But companies have evolved. So we may want different things, right? So even if you're further along in your career, you may want to try that just to see what new technologies, what new skills are companies needing that you need to add into your resume. Or if you're someone that's already working at a company and you're just looking to try another job, what skills do you need to get, right? So that is my tip there. You really need to narrow it down and use the information that you have online to figure out what you want. Hey, Shar, welcome. Thanks for joining. If there's any title that you want me to look at, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna hide my screen for just a second. Okay, so we've talked about narrowing down your search. The next thing I want to talk about just for a second again is you do want to be realistic. Again, you do not want to narrow down your search for a job that you just don't have the skill set for. Once you've gone to see what the companies are looking for, if you don't have any of those skills, the plan needs to shift. You need to now, okay, how do I go and get those skills? We're not just throwing out resumes anymore. We're going to take a step back and say, okay, how do I get these skills? Can I volunteer with someone? Can I do a job shadow first to, kind of get a little dive into it? Can I do some freelance work? Can I do some volunteer work? Do I know someone with a small business, family friend, friend of a friend, where I can actually do this work and gain this experience? That would be my tip for someone that's looking for a job where they don't even have the skill set just yet based on what they're seeing the companies are looking for. Something else you can do that takes you away from the online space is just networking, going to events in the industry that you're looking to get a job in. So for me, that would be an HR space or recruiting events and talking to people about, what they do in their day to day. Let's say if I wasn't a recruiter yet and I was trying to jump into it, I would ask them questions, ask them about the skills that, are really necessary for the job, yada, yada, right? The next thing I do want to just point out, you do need to, with your resume, and again, let me know if there's any job titles that you want me to look at a resume for. We can actually look at a resume and take a review. Okay, so your resume, your LinkedIn, and the job application, they all need to sync up. They all need to be updated in the way where you're narrowing down your search. So if I'm looking for a recruiter job, my LinkedIn needs to show that. Same experience as my resume. Looking for an L&D job, I need to have my L&D or learning and development experience in my LinkedIn profile, not just my resume. Because what do recruiters do? We check your LinkedIn all the time. A lot of job applications are asking for your LinkedIn profile as well. So we're definitely checking out your LinkedIn profile. And then the next thing you want to do is once you know the skill set, let's say, hey, I have the skill set. I have all these things that I need. We were looking at the accounting job, some of the hard skills. What were the hard skills that were needed? We saw Microsoft Excel a lot. We saw communication. We saw the general accounting degree. So let's say I have all those skills. Well, now I want to be able to prepare to talk about them. I'm going to apply using my resume. I'm going to network. I'm going to do all those things I've talked about in other videos, right? But I also don't want people to miss that you're just not applying to things. And then once you have been selected for an interview, now you don't know what to do. Well, you want to be prepared to actually talk about what's in your resume, to actually have real life examples. I have done this. This is what I've done in the past. I have used Microsoft Excel to create pivot tables for my whatever, my finance lead. I have communicated with this and that stakeholder to resolve financial issues within their department. I have worked with our marketing team to help them develop a more efficient budget or whatever the cases are for a staff accountant. You need to be able to talk about it. And you need to practice talking about it. And again, not talking about it in generalities, because I get people that do this all the time. I ask them, what would you do if, or not what would you do if, but give me a time, give me an example of a time where you've done X, Y, and Z. And they say, oh, well, all I would do is da 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 da, or we would do da 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 da. But no, you need to be very comfortable in saying, this is what I have done. This is why it was important for the organization. Even if you don't get these type of tell me about a time, behavior, style, specific questions, you should be ready to give real examples to prove everything that that person is seeing on the resume. That's all an interview is about. We like your resume. We like what we see here. Basically prove to us, confirm that everything we're seeing here that we like, is really real, right? You're just confirming everything. You're confirming that you have everything that you're listing out. Um, so that is pretty much what I will say to the process. I'm not going to talk about networking a ton because I talk about networking a lot. There's plenty of videos I have about that. But now I want to go into just reviewing some resumes. Let's see if this actually works for us. And again, Shar, if you do have a resume you want me to look at, let me know. Let me see. I'm getting used to have to get back used to StreamYard again because I'm not as familiar with it. So I'm like with Restream, things are a little different. So I am finding everything. Okay, so I'm in Indeed. Let's see how this works. So for now, I'm just going to use the ones I have. If you want me to take a look at one, I'll have to do another live, or you can drop it into the comments. So let's see. So I'm just in my company, well, my just employer account. Let's see. I don't see any names though. I don't want resume alerts. So I would just use some filters. So one thing I will say with Indeed, since you can add your resume out here, just make sure that you're updating it. And most people will just look to see who's updated their resume or added their resume in the last month to 3 months. We're normally not looking out 6 months. We're going to assume that in 6 months you probably found a job by then. So just putting that out there. I don't know if I can see this one. Hold on one second. I'm going to try something and see if this works. Because I can't actually see the profile. So I may not be able to do that, what I wanted to do with reviewing the resumes. But we'll see. Yep, nope, I don't think I can. Let me see if I can find them another way. Just so I can give an example of some, good resume examples and some bad ones. Good old Google. I'll see what's out here. Okay, so here's one example. Oh, we can look at this together. I'm just going to hide the name. Okay. So I'll just do one this time, unless anyone has a request. Shar says, really? Oh, thanks you guys. Oh, I don't want my information shown. If you want to see, help me update it, I would email it to you. Oh, okay. You can email me. I'll put my email in the chat. I do offer resume for costs. I do offer resume writing. I don't love to do resume writing, but I will do it. I will do it. It just takes a lot of time depending on what you need. Some people need a completely different resume. Other people don't need as much. So there's some people where I've just done consultations with them, and then I will tell them, hey, you need to update this, this, and this, or change this to that, or just, adjust your design. And I tell them, they really don't need to pay me to do a resume review. Other people, I'm like, okay, you need this, 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 this. You just need a whole new one. Like you just need a new one. And then there's other people where, recently I had someone send me, I think their resume was like, gosh, 6 or 7 pages. It was a book, and I was just like, no one's reading it, and it was paragraphs versus bullet points. So there are some people that definitely need to give their resume a little love. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know. I'll take care of you. I'll get you a new new and improved resume for sure. Okay, so let's look at this one. It should be an accounting one. So let me go here. Okay, let's do this. Okay. So this person has, so a couple things I really like about the resume. Hopefully you can see it. Let me know, Shar, if you can see the resume or not. I like that their contact information is at the top of the page, right? They're saying this is an accountant resume. So they're saying immediately they're a certified public accountant. And what did I say earlier, you guys? What did I say earlier? I was talking about, how you can say things different ways, right? So some people look for CPAs, and so as a recruiter, I'm going to search CPA, and that's it. So if you're saying certified public accounting, I'm not seeing you. Other people are going to search certified public accountant. So this person, I love that they have it both ways here on their resume. So either way, if I'm searching for them, I'm going to find them. Again, the same example of like, public relations versus PR. 7 years of experience in public accounting and financial auditing, looking for an opportunity in a fast growing company to build out best accounting practices and make accounting a competitive. Love the quick objective. Some people don't really need an objective, but if you're going to do an objective, have one like that, short and to the point. Or I've seen people go wrong with an objective is where they have their objective and it is literally a book. You have 5 sentences for your objective. That's not an objective. Or people also say summary. It should be a summary, like quick 1 sentence, 2 sentence. Who are you, essentially? How would you describe yourself in a way that's very marketable and gets my attention as someone that's hiring? This is how you do it. And then they have their work experience right here. I like the organization of it. I love that they have the bullet points. They're saying they manage. So one thing that I always, it's just a little nitpicky thing for me. They're saying they worked at this place, and I'm familiar with this company, but they say that they work here from February 29th to current. So they're currently here. I don't like that they are using past tense. That makes me think that they're no longer working there. So just like if you are working at a current company, you would be saying, managing government, yada, yada, working closely with yada, 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 like present tense versus past tense. So that's just something that always raises my eyebrow. And I'm like, the first question I'm going to have for this person, they're like, are you currently at this place? Because it just says two different stories. Ultimately analysis of GL reconciliation. Love that. They're basically getting right to the point of what they do. They're using these action words, led development of analysis of agency-wide budget to reach 27% more members. Love the percentage, love the real, like what you've done. I have done this, right? And then what they should be ready to do is talk about these examples that they're providing in their resume. So what you don't want to do is provide all these great things. And then once I get on the phone with you, I ask you, tell me more about this. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, we just, did some. Like, what? No, this is a bragging point. Brag to me. This is your chance. Something else I wanted to mention, I do like that they have their LinkedIn profile. Again, recruiters always look for that. But yeah, overall, they have a very clean, well done resume. It looks like it's one page, right? They have their education here. They're showing that they have an MBA, focused in accounting. They have their Bachelor of Arts in Accounting, Bachelor of Arts. That's weird. I think it would be a Bachelor of Science, but yeah, it normally it's a Bachelor of Science, but whatever. Skills, and then they have GL accounting. They're really doubling down on what they're saying up here. So they have this terminology a few times in their resume, right? Adding skills gives you another chance to add these terminology because some applicant tracking systems, there's a way where you can just filter by relevancy. I can just say, hey, I just want the most relevant people. What does the computer do? They're going to look for, hey, if we said we want GL experience, QuickBooks, Microsoft, and we want a CPA, and however I put it in there, CPA, the computer doesn't know certified public accounting. They don't know that, oh, that means CPA too. They're going to look for those exact things. So that's why I say You want to have it multiple times in your resume. So I love how this person is doing this. So they have it, and this is actually how I normally will put together a resume. Oh, shelter. Oh, well, they're online, whatever. This may not even be a real person. But anyway, um, so you have their name at the top, big letters is normally what I recommend. Contact information, phone number. Like, please include your email and your phone number, because you just don't know there are some recruiters, especially my old style recruiters, where they're just like, I just want to talk to them immediately. That's it. Most people have gotten away from that, but there are still some people that are just pick up the phone. Hey, da 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 da. If your phone number is wrong and you're wondering why you don't get a call back, that's why. That has happened multiple times where I've called someone that's the wrong person. Or it's out of order. So if you're going to put a number, make sure it's a working phone number. Even if you have to put your parents' phone number, just make sure it's a working phone number. Not funny, but kind of funny. Your email, make sure your email is right. And they say email.com. I don't know if this is a real person, but make sure your email is right. I have reached out to multiple people from the applicant tracking system, like, hey, they're great. I'm going to reach out to them, have them schedule a phone screen with me. I get a bounce back. And it's because they put something, and you can tell a lot of the time where you look at their name and they misspell their name when they put in your email. And it's like, you have to get these things right if you're expecting a call back. So some people, they have a great resume, they look great on paper, but they're misprinting, miswriting, mistyping their information. So once the recruiter is like, hey, I want to talk to you, you just never knew because you put in the wrong email, you put in the wrong phone number. So anyway, love this resume. It does look fake because like 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, like, yeah. So I think it's fake. So I'll go ahead and put this up here. It's a template. So, I think this one would work really well depending on the job. So for an accountant, accountants pretty much, they want straight to the point kind of stuff. No added colors in here, right? No crazy colors, not orange, pink, green. Like, I've seen some interesting resumes, right? So none of that stuff. Thank you. And thank you, Sharp, for letting me know you saw the resume. Appreciate it. I'm probably gonna cut this short. My power on my phone, I didn't realize I hadn't had it fully charged. So I might have to cut this short unless there is a specific job that you want me to look at. If there is a specific job you want me to look at, let me know. Hi, Winnie's, welcome. Hey, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Let me know if you would like me to look at any job for you. I can always start charging my phone up over there. Let's see. You're in the ad. Oh, well, I appreciate you for checking in the ad. You're supposed to be live. Okay. You're still in ads. Those ads, okay, for a second, let's talk about the ads on YouTube. I feel like these ads are getting longer and longer and more often. Because I'll be watching a video and it's maybe 7 minutes and there's like 2 ads in between. Hopefully my videos don't do that. I try to check and make sure there's only 1 ad, but YouTube sets it up so it's not like I can really change too much. It's just you can change where the ad is. So anyway, just a little chit chat on that. Okay, I'm gonna hang out for just a second. If you want me to look at a specific job title or a specific job resume, let me know and we can see if I can find one. But otherwise, I appreciate you all being here. Again, if you're catching the replay, I will be keeping this video up. Some of my videos I put into the membership vault. So if you're wanting to be a member, you will be able to see all of my videos, all the conversations that we have, not just job related. So there you go. There are no more ads. Oh, there are more ads. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so many. There's so many ads. I don't get that. I mean, I know it's a moneymaker, which I get it. I get it. That's how most companies are getting money in the communication space. So I get it. But at the same time, I feel like a part of it is just like, you just need to get YouTube Premium or YouTube Red, whatever we're calling it now. And just, I'm really close to doing that. so that I don't have to watch any of the ads. Because YouTube is pretty good. They even have movies on YouTube now, so it's pretty cool. Oh, what? Winnie! Welcome, new member. Welcome, Winnie. Shout out to Winnie's and also your channel. Welcome to the membership. Love to see it. And yes, now you can see all of the emojis. I don't know why they show up weird on here, but you can have access to all the emojis, all of the content, all the conversations that we have. So shout out to you. Thanks for being a member, Winnie's. I also will add you to my featured section on my YouTube channel. So you'll be a featured channel as well. So thanks for joining. All right, so I'm not seeing any job titles in here. You're welcome to put job titles below the video once this, reloads and posts up. And I'm happy to just do another video and we can talk about it then. Shar is saying congrats. Yes, welcome. Love it. Winnie's such a great supporter too. Shar, I know you're a great supporter. I have a couple of different members in here, so I appreciate you guys. Wellness with Frugal Mama saying YouTube Premium is totally worth the investment. Okay, well, we'll do. Thank you for that. All right, well, happy Sunday. I don't have too many plans today on this Sunday. It's going to be pretty relaxed. I am going to see the new Batman movie. Yay! I know some people have different feelings about Batman. My mom in particular, she is not for it, but I'm here for it. So I'm going to be seeing that. I'm really hopeful that it's a great movie because I hope I'm not the only one that thinks this. Just a little chit chat. I hope I'm not the only one that thinks this, but Ben Affleck, I didn't love him in Batman. I just didn't love it. So I'm really hoping that Pattinson comes through. Please come through for us. Anyway, I'll let you guys know how the movie goes, if I like it, if I love it, if I hate it. And with that, I will see you all next time. Thanks so much for being here. And again, shout out to Winnie for being a new member. Welcome, welcome. And I'll be seeing you all soon. Bye, lovely people.